The North Atlantic, gray waves crashing against steel. Suddenly, the deck of HMS Queen Elizabeth erupts with controlled chaos. One after another, F-35B Lightning II jets, the most advanced stealth fighters on the planet, roar into the sky. Not just 5 or 10, but over 40 of these 100 million war machines launching from a single carrier. This isn't science fiction. This is Britain's new reality, and it's changing the balance of power across the globe. While the world sleeps, the Royal Navy is preparing for a war nobody wants to talk about. Today, we're diving deep into how the UK has engineered one of the most formidable naval aviation forces on Earth and why they're racing against time to perfect it. Let's start with something that sounds impossible: fitting 40-plus fighter jets on a single ship. The HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales aren't your grandfather's aircraft carriers. At 280 meters long and displacing 65,000 tons, these floating fortresses are the largest warships ever built by the Royal Navy. But size alone doesn't tell the whole story. The secret lies in the F-35B's unique capability: short takeoff and vertical landing, or STOVL. Unlike traditional carrier aircraft that need long runways and complex catapult systems, the F-35B can lift off in just 150 meters and land vertically like a helicopter. This is a game changer. It means the UK carriers can operate these jets without the expensive electromagnetic catapults used by American supercarriers. More importantly, it means more space, more aircraft, more firepower. The deck of a Queen Elizabeth-class carrier features 2 islands, a revolutionary twin-island design. The forward island handles ship navigation, while the aft island manages flight operations. This separation allows for simultaneous operations, jets landing while others take off, weapons being loaded on one end while refueling happens on the other. It's organized chaos designed for one purpose: projecting maximum air power in minimum time. Here's where it gets interesting. Each carrier has 9 decks and can theoretically carry up to 50-60 aircraft. The standard air wing is planned at 24 to 36 F-35Bs, but in surge operations, wartime scenarios, that number jumps past 40. We're talking about a single ship carrying more 5th-generation stealth fighters than many countries possess in their entire air force. Each F-35B brings capabilities that were impossible just a generation ago. Stealth technology makes them nearly invisible to enemy radar. Advanced sensors allow pilots to detect threats hundreds of miles away. The helmet display system gives pilots X-ray vision, literally seeing through the aircraft floor. And they're networked, meaning all 40-plus jets share information instantly, acting as a single devastating combat system. Britain isn't building this capability for parades and air shows. The world is becoming more dangerous by the day. Russian naval activity in the North Atlantic has reached levels not seen since the Cold War. China is expanding its influence across the Indo-Pacific, building artificial islands and militarizing the South China Sea. Regional conflicts in the Middle East continue to simmer. The Royal Navy knows that in modern warfare, air superiority isn't just important, it's everything. The nation that controls the skies controls the battlefield, and carrier-based air power is the only way to project that dominance thousands of miles from home soil. When HMS Queen Elizabeth sailed to the South China Sea in 2021, it wasn't just a goodwill cruise. It was a message. Britain can still project power globally. The operational reality operating 40-plus F-35Bs isn't just about having the jets and the deck space. It requires a symphony of logistics, training, and technology that few nations can orchestrate. First, there's the human element. Each F-35B needs a pilot, obviously, but also an army of maintainers, weapons specialists, air traffic controllers, and deck crew. We're talking about hundreds of personnel working 24-hour shifts, coordinating movements with military precision. One mistake, one miscommunication on a crowded flight deck surrounded by multi-million-pound aircraft and explosive ordnance, and catastrophe follows. Second, there's the supply chain. Each F-35B burns through fuel at an incredible rate. A fully loaded carrier needs to carry thousands of tons of aviation fuel. Then there are the weapons: guided missiles, precision bombs, ammunition for the 25mm cannon. A wartime load means bringing enough ordnance to fight sustained operations far from resupply. Third, there's maintenance. Modern fighter jets are technological marvels, but they're also maintenance-intensive. Advanced software, stealth coatings, complex sensors all require constant attention. The carriers have been designed with extensive maintenance facilities below deck, but keeping 40-plus jets operational simultaneously pushes the limits of what's possible. Britain has invested billions not just in the hardware, but in the people. RAF and Royal Navy pilots train for years before they're qualified to operate F-35Bs from carriers. Landing a jet on a moving ship at night in rough seas with limited fuel, it's one of the most difficult tasks in military aviation. Now add doing it in a 100 million stealth fighter with vertical landing capability. The UK has also partnered heavily with the United States, where many British pilots train alongside their American counterparts. This interoperability isn't accidental, it's strategic. In a real conflict, British carriers might operate American jets, or vice versa. The F-35 program was designed from the ground up for Allied cooperation. What does 40-plus F-35Bs on a carrier actually mean in practical terms? It means Britain can show up anywhere in the world's oceans with air power rivaling that of a major airbase. Except this airbase moves, can't be easily targeted, and doesn't require permission from foreign governments to operate. It means the ability to establish air superiority over a contested region within hours of arrival. It means protecting merchant shipping lanes, supporting ground troops, gathering intelligence, and if necessary, striking targets deep inland with precision-guided munitions. Most importantly, it means deterrence. The knowledge that Britain can deploy this level of firepower quickly makes potential adversaries think twice. It's not about wanting war, it's about preventing it through strength. The Royal Navy's ability to surge 40-plus F-35B stealth fighters from a single carrier represents more than just impressive engineering or military spending. It represents a nation adapting to a more dangerous world, where threats can emerge anywhere, anytime. As geopolitical tensions rise and the international order faces unprecedented challenges, carriers like HMS Queen Elizabeth aren't relics of colonial power. They're insurance policies for an uncertain future. The skies over tomorrow's conflicts will be contested by whoever can bring the most advanced technology to the fight fastest. Britain is making sure it has a seat at that table.